Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of King Joe's. This is a comic unboxing. I only have one package came today. Tomorrow I'm actually going up to my father's and I'm going to be bringing back a lot of stuff. I'm going to be probably bringing my Playboys down, my magazines, as much as I can. I don't know if Optimus Tron is going to be around tomorrow. I told him I'd pick him up on the way off to help me load up, but I also going to go to a shop up there. Oh yeah. Oh man, why do they do this? Okay, Howard the Duck #1. Trapped in a world he never made, Howard the Duck #1. Because you demanded the fabulous first ever of Marvel's most sensational new superstar. Against sword and sorcery, Howard stands side by side with the amazing Spider-Man. Actually, he's got Red Sonja on the cover. It's the only book I got today. I'm still waiting for my lot of Green Lantern books to come in. Today was Valentine's Day, so when I took my daughter to school, I brought the lot of magazines in. The librarian was happy. I figured, they can use it. So out of that lot of 20, I donated 15 of them. Cover price alone was worth over $200, but they were from. Let's see, if I knew the condition they were in before, I would have never bought it. Even though I only paid like almost $30 for 20 of them, I would have never. I ended up only getting 5 of them that were actually good enough to be in my collection, that had no stickers on it or no tape on them. So basically, the $30 I paid for the 5 I got. But the kids made out. That's that's what I've been doing with a lot of the books. I'm actually usually when I get books that I end up having 4 or 5 copies, I donate, as long as they are not rated M or they're age appropriate. I'll donate them to the school, because a lot of the books I pay less than $1 for. So it's like, it's funny because last year they ended up getting vintage. I mean, they got a lot of vintage Star Wars comics out of me last year. Like issue 4, 3, they got a copy of #1. And of course, #1 wasn't in, it was only in probably very good minus condition, good plus, but still, I could have cared less about that. The kids, got their use out of it. In fact, I was donating for a rocket, and I found out that they weren't using it for the rocket and reading. One of the teachers, the reading teacher, was using them as incentives. So if the kids, did it, they got a free comic book. But then when the librarian found out I was donating, she's like, why don't you just donate them to the library and the kids could check them out and read them? And I'm like, well, that actually made more sense, because some of them I actually gave them with bags and boards. Like, sort of like this, I'd give them a book, even if it was in poor kid, I still gave them a bag and, an older bag and board that I had from when, I bought them, and I would donate them in that way. Because a lot of kids, like, I go to the comic book shop here in Bloomsburg at Legendary Comics, and I'd never seen a kid below the age of 20 in there. I've never seen one, and it's sad to say. In fact, when I went to was it Rubber Mallet Comics, when I stopped with Anthony, when I was there, they were like in their 20s to 30s, and finally a guy came in with his kid, and it was like, wow. well, what kids got $4 or $5 to buy a book anymore? It's like, if you're going to spend the money, a lot of the kids will save up the money and spend $50 or $60 and buy a video game. This is the truth, though. Like, I read my Green Lantern series, and it's like, I can blow through a comic book anymore. It's like, yo, man, where's the content? That's why I'm glad I've been buying older issues, because there's more to read in the older issues than the newer ones. Yeah, the art's there, the storyline may be good. I see everybody's raving about a lot of the Marvel endings, telling me about the new Thor, and I'm like, the sad thing is, they say, oh yeah, people hoard stuff, like the new Spider-Man, Sensational Spider-Man, whatever you want to call it, came out #1. It's sold out, like the Star Wars #1. They're trying to tell you, like, I'm like, don't believe the mint run stuff, because just like all those 52s, yeah, they all sold out. They were limited. Then why am I picking them up in 4-packs at 5 and below? Why do I already have like 6 copies of Flash #1? It's like, and they're first prints. It's actually, believe it or not, the second and third printings, I think, are more scarce than the first printings. That's my opinion, But, it's like, like this one guy on YouTube, he made the list of all the 25 comic books you should buy. I'm like, I don't agree with half of the books he has, and they're like, you go, yeah, spend the money and get Walking Dead #1. Eventually, everything hits a plateau. Me as a collector, I think it's crazy when Silver Age stuff, right, is worth more than Golden Age stuff. Because the fact of the matter, there's less Golden Age stuff out there than there's Silver Age. But, the price. And a lot of people don't even collect some of the Golden Age stuff, or even some of the old stuff from the 50s. Like, I picked up a couple of Lone Ranger comics, and it's like, I don't see anybody like into even though they're coming out with a new Lone Ranger movie. It's like, where are you gonna go with this stuff? I actually wish I had somebody here. Maybe this weekend when I shoot a video, my godson will be here. Because tomorrow, like I said, I'm picking him up. He's gonna help me load and unload my car. Because this weekend's my daughter's birthday. She turned 7. Actually, turned 7 on Monday, but we're having a bowling party for her on Sunday. And then we're going to a Japanese hibachi grill on Monday for dinner. Even though I don't really want it, because we're already having a party, but I make my wife happy. She doesn't yell at me when I spend, well, she does yell at me when I spend a lot of money on all the collectibles. But I actually got to start curbing it, because I've been spending way too much money. And it's sad. I just bought some more supplies. You saw the video. I'm still just waiting for 1,000 Golden Age bags to come in, 50 magazine dividers. But today I have some Marvel Treasuries, and I can't find bags and boards for them. Well, today I found a guy on eBay, but he wasn't selling. I had to buy 1,000 of them. So I'm going to have Marvel, Treasury bags and boards till out the wazoo. So what I'll probably end up doing is breaking them down and selling them myself as in packs of 100 to people who actually appreciate the Marvel Treasury, because I always liked those. When I was a kid, I loved those big books. In fact, I just bought on eBay, when they come in, I'll show you, even though I'll have a couple doubles. But I probably have 20 of them coming in the mail now. And I'm probably going to have a double. I already know I'm going to have 2 doubles of the one Fantastic Four issue. And 1 Spider-Man double. So, in the spring, when I start getting all the stuff, like I said, what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to take down all my trade videos. And what I'm going to do is do 1 trade video for everything. Baseball cards, comics, toys. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all my stuff that I have on a site that I used to sell at, which was a buy-seller trade site called iOffer. And they don't charge you unless you sell it. And if I do trade somebody, I can just take it down. And this way I'll know what I have inventory of. And if I get rid of it or sell it, it goes that way, and this way people know what I have. But I'm probably gonna end up, listing all my cards, my comics, my toys, my glasses, all this, these beanies, this stuff up, because this is doubles. These are doubles. I just, haven't taken them out into the garage. I actually, when the weather gets better, I'm gonna do some more work out of my garage, get the lights put up, probably two new garage doors, because the house is gonna get painted in the spring. But when everything's all said and done, it'll be easy for all you guys who do trading with me, Edge of Blades, Mongo Stomp, even though I'm waiting for the Edge of Blades to make good on his promise to me about making up for my trade. At least this way you guys will know what the King's got. And I actually did want to trade a couple guys, like, Greco Fabulous, but I just, don't really, it's like everybody asks me what I got. It's like, oh, Jesus Christ. I actually have 7 or 8 easy long boxes filled with doubles, and it just keeps on growing because I keep buying. And I have 10 boxes of stuff that I have to integrate into my collection that I bought, which I know I'm going to end up having probably about 50 or 60 doubles of X Factor, probably 20 or 30 doubles of the X-Men from the 90s when they started off with #1, and then same thing with the Spider-Man run with the #1, because I bought a run of them. And hopefully, if I can replace the copy of the Black Cat in the first Black Cat, I'd be happy with replacing that issue, because the copy I got, I was very upset with that purchase on eBay. But other than that, that's what's been going on here. My downstairs keeps getting more and more cluttered from everything I've been buying and bringing in, so not as bad as Captain Strangelife's stuff. I mean, I like to have his collection. Same thing with Hippie. I love you guys. You guys have some of the best collections I've ever seen, but I hate to see when I get to be you guys' age, and if I keep going the rate I'm going, I'll probably amass a big collection by then. Because people are amazed at what I got now, but you figure since I was 16, for good 10 years, every dime I made since I lived at home went into my collection. I was like an addict. I sort of still am. The wife yells at me because she's like, "You collect everything: cards, comics, toys, glasses." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know, but I'm not a hoarder." That's what everybody says. They say, "Well, I'm a hoarder." Well, to me, a person that hoards stuff hoards, gets multiple. I try not to do that. I try to get rid of my doubles because I don't want them. I just want one. So I don't know if you consider me a hoarder or I'm a super collector. I don't know, but I appreciate all you guys for subscribing and viewing. I'm up to 131. I had to do is print out and find out. Thanks to people who had it. I appreciate it. If you guys got any questions, because I know probably this weekend I am going to shoot a video on packing. That's on my to-do list, because I actually want to give you guys some of the tips I have about how to pack, pack the comics. The biggest thing is I wish they would actually make a mailer just for comic books out of cardboard, because when I worked at a record store, I used to work at a record manufacturing plant, they had a vinyl LP, they had cardboard that had little perforated edges, so you could, if you guys who order from BMG Music, because they used to come in, they used to sell CD ones. What they should do is they should make one the same size as a comic book with the edges, so if you want to ship 1 or 2 books, and all it does is they just fold. And this way you would have a hard cardboard thing that it would take a lot to bend, and it'd be the perfect size to ship comic books. That in magazines, they should make 2 different sizes: magazine size, comic book size. Because I tell you, there's a lot of people that'll buy them to ship them, and the sad thing is, they can be reused. But I'm gonna go. Thank you guys for viewing and subscribing. King Joe out.